Time magazine recently came out with the Time 100, the world's most influential people, the 100 most influential people. When you look at this list, it's quite something. I mean, you got just a few people that you see on here. You have George Clooney, you have Jay Leno, the president, his wife, the first lady. You have Rush Limbaugh, Kennedy, Zac Efron. I don't know why he's there, but it's great. Penelope Cruz. You got a lot of people, and I was really pleased to get a chance to interview one of them for a podcast, and it's the only marketer that's on there, and his name is Martin Lindstrom. Martin wrote this book, Buyology, and it's a fascinating book because it's all about the mind, and it studies different brain scans. He did a lot of brain scans of consumers and studying the brain and what happens when you put certain brands in front of it, when you see different brands, what area of the brain lights up. And it is a fascinating study. The guy spent lots of money doing it, and it's gotten some press. It is definitely worth a listen. You will absolutely pick something up from this podcast. The two things, though, I'd like to hit on that are most important would be these. Very first day that I ever had a job in marketing as an assistant brand manager in Advil, my boss took me aside and said, we are not trying to reach a target or a consumer. It's not like we're trying to reach women 25 to 49. You're trying to influence their mind. The mind is the target. And that's a very different way of thinking. A lot of people don't think of it that way, but we need to, because we're trying to influence the mind. How can we influence the mind unless we know how it works? Martin begins to touch on some of that stuff. That's worth listening to. And lastly, you got to go back to the basics. What Peter Drucker said, all business is marketing. Everything else is an expense. All business is marketing. Everything else is an expense. It's great to see Time, recognizing someone as a marketer. So I hope you'll love the podcast. I think you'll get a bunch from it. Enjoy.